What's going on, everybody? We're back in the shop. I've been lagging behind because I just sometimes I got the mojo to work on it, and sometimes when I think about it, it makes me stress. So I don't, and so that's why I just want to explain why we're so far behind. So I've mounted the intercooler, and I'm mocking up. This is a MIGFAB SRI for a 12-valve 6. MIGFAB is out of Quebec, so that's kind of cool. That there's a price-friendly option for a short runner, but it's still quality. Because otherwise, I think options are like a Schimmel, which is a beautiful intake, but it's just, you know, just like $1,000 plus, I think, by the time you do conversion to Canadian. Yeah. So anyway, so that's one of the departures. Before we had the stock intake, which was modified, but now we have the short runner, so we're going to redo some pipes, and then we're going to finish wiring it, and then hopefully do a startup maybe. So before, I just had this crappy air filter. Crappy because it's just too small for you know, horsepower. So that was there sandwiched between the turbo and the firewall because the old piping was in this area, and there wasn't enough room for a 4-inch intake pipe. So now I'm going to reuse the pipe that was here, but we're going to angle it up a little bit. And this pipe was going to the throttle body. Now it's going to go from the turbo to the intercooler. So before it was out of the turbo, down through the intercooler and up, and now we're going to reverse it where it's going to go out of the turbo this way and through the intercooler that way. Which I mean, the intercooler doesn't give a damn which way you're flowing, but we're just going to switch it up because now the throttle body's over here. It used to be over here. And we'll angle it enough that I can fit a 4-inch pipe and then have an air filter in here. Yeah, so yeah, brand new engine, obviously. I didn't bother painting it. Reason being is it doesn't really matter to me. I can appreciate that painting engines and stuff. I just wanted to put it together, and I know on the inside it's all new, so that doesn't really bother me too much. I am going to clean up the engine bay a little bit, but not really a ton. This is all rust-proofing stuff that the first owner of this car applied religiously and routinely because there's layers and layers of it. So yeah, I made a little mount here for the manifold for the water meth injection, and we're going to mount the pump for the water meth injection right in this area right here. So I borrowed some nut certs from my buddy Rob, so we're going to put some nut certs there, mount the pump, and then we will mount the water meth manifold, and then run some lines and everything, and then we just got to do some wiring for that, and figure out the ECU side of things. So yeah, so what we're going to do is, oh yeah, there's another thing I wanted to talk about was, so the blow-off valve used to be right here, oops, going into the throttle body, right, like a few inches from the throttle body. I think we're going to keep it in that same area, and that's not, I know that's not the best, but there's a space there for it, And the other reason why I wanted to keep it there is because we are going to be putting a nozzle, a water meth nozzle, either right here or right here, somewhere in this area. And that's going to be for air cooling. So we're going to have one nozzle per runner for octane, one nozzle down here for air cooling. And I don't want to have the blow-off valve post nozzle, because I don't want to have the mixture spraying out into atmosphere, because if it hits something hot, I don't want like flammable fluid coming out of the throttle body. It's gonna be, I mean, it's a low risk, but a risk that I don't want to take. So, because I did consider cutting that, modifying that pipe and putting the blow valve maybe in this area, which, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I could actually put the blow valve here and then put the nozzle here. I mean, put the nozzle here. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. We'll see what we're doing. But for the time being, what I am going to do here is we're going to chop off. I made a little mark right there. So I'm going to chop off this section. This was going into the throttle body because it's a stretched or adapter piece to step up to the throttle body size. So I'm going to reuse that, and we're going to mock this up to see about if that'll work and if it'll give me clearance for a 4-inch pipe. This I borrowed just to make sure that I could fit a 4-inch pipe in there. So we'll go around that. If that works out, then we can, I might just hook it up and then work on the throttle body side, which throttle body side is pretty simple. This is the intercooler pipe coming out here. It's got to go to there. So one simple bend to do there. So I cut the pipe. So there, what are you guys looking at? So there is the clearance. We just have enough. The hood is actually all the way down. Oops. Behave. There you go. So the hood is down. Yeah, so we have just enough clearance for that intercooler pipe being in a raised up position. Before, the way how it sat, this was a little bit farther in. Like, there's still lots of pipe in here. This was a little bit farther in, and so this pipe was probably angled down. Well, you can see the mark from where the blow valve used to touch, right? So we probably raised it about 1 inch, and that should give our clearance for the intake. So yeah, there we go. So reusing the pipe, I mean, the blow valve is so far away. I know a lot of guys don't even run a blow valve, so we'll try it out. It's on a straight section. If it doesn't work out, not the end of the world. I can just replace this one little section there with a piece of pipe and then move this to a different spot. So yeah, so that will work, my friends. So we're gonna check for clearance for here. Now, the pipe. So this pipe isn't ideal to fit through here, but as you can see, it will work. It's going to be a tight fit, but there is clearance. So we're gonna have a nice 4-inch intake, and it's gonna go around the corner here like so, something like that or whatever. A little less bend, I think, and then the air filter will be in there. Catch can will be back in that corner over there. So that's gonna work out good. If anything, this, I made one cut and I'm reusing a pipe. I have almost no time into that. If anything, it doesn't work out, I'll change it. But we can get the motor started, and it'll help with clearances and everything. If I don't like it, you know, it'll be mostly complete. So we have the bend necessary here to make it to the throttle body. So it's tacked up. Now I'm just going to weld it, and then we'll stick it on, see how it test fits. Then we're going to wash all the intercooler pipes, and after that, what I'm going to do is plug up the air temp sensor. Brake booster's on. I'm going to plug these two, just cap them. This I'm getting at, this is just temporary because I thought I had this fitting, but I don't. So I'm going to block these three, and then we'll be able to put in the injectors, plug up the fuel lines. I already put fuel in it, and test for leaks. So we'll put fuel through the system, wire it up, yeah, and then what we'll do is I'll trigger the starter and cycle the starter to build oil pressure, and then once that's done, it's good to fire up. We have new intercooler pipe. That was a lot of grinding because, oops, sorry, I screwed it up bad. I had changed settings for something else, or I don't know. Either way, whatever. No excuses. I screwed it up, but either way, a lot of grinding. Make it smooth. I put lights in there and looked for pinholes. There's a couple of little tiny ones I fixed. So anyway, that pipe is ready to go. So intercooler pipes are figured out. Yeah, so now we're going to finish up the wiring. Plugs are in, they're gapped. We'll finish connecting everything, and I'll take off the intake manifold to, because I don't have a gasket back there. But we'll put the alternator on, injectors in, test the system, and then yeah, we'll see how she goes, and I think we'll be ready for a startup.